Bro are kind of walking into a trap here, potentially.
Unless Krauko gets in and steals it, he's got the timing, but he's not going to get the Drake. And that is what he was looking for, as the big ult's going to come in from the Orianna. And already we have first blood. All right, we got Pantheon coming up. There's the knock-up. The Pantheon goes in. Gideon making it happen. And Morgan's just going to go down. Use his flash to try to get away from the Ornn ult. Can they continue to macro well? I am curious, as the Timbers did happen, and then Closer died. So,
good gank from Lehens.
The flash this time, they're gonna flash in. Will Gideon, I believe. No, he just jumps in as the stun comes down, and Gideon is going to fall. They can't do enough to Morgan, and now the equalizer still available. Krauko and his counter gank get so much work done, as finally they will take him down. So that's a couple of shutdowns going the way of Bro now. But that is an Ornn. Even the anti-Timbers and the equalizer goes in, and now the massive follow-up from the Nico is there. The turn in the fight is gigantic for Nongshim. Hype is out of the fight as well. Closer is down, and Kingen lived through every single ult that they flew on him.
Yeah,
relatively smoothly here, as now they're trying to close the gap on a Krauko pretty deep in his own jungle. Krauko, the one guy that was kind of fed for his team. And fed,
bottom side of the map where Otacon is, and they're setting a trap right now. Palu is caught.
Yeah, very nice buffer, but still gonna get shockwave. Meanwhile, Lehen's in a bit of trouble, so he's gonna go down, and Kingen's jumping in against 3 people, gets the kill. Ornn, the assassin, is back here on the Rift.
It's okay, because they're baby teeth, because you got the inners.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little engage for Lehen's. Just gonna hit the front line, as Palu is not much of a front line, just kind of disappears for now, as, ooh, the max range knockup comes in into that piece of the wall, as they're trying desperately to take out Jiu. They might just be able to, but they're not quite able to. Triple kill comes in for Jiu, and this game is very much over, 24 minutes in.
Some game that they have not seen in a while, or very, I'd say probably the most one-sided game win we've seen from them. I think we could say that factually since the split of groups. And Nongshim win this in extremely dominant fashion. Bro Predator's kind of in shambles right now, as the gap between Legend and Rise seems pretty big.
Yeah, it looks like Palu might be paying for this one, as in they go. Very easy dive. First blood given over to Calix. That is that first pick.
Setup here for the Grubs is Jiu and Lehens are kind of a little bit caught out. Krauko, a nice angle.
Yeah, Krauko does have a nice angle, but Jiu gets the safety now. The subjugate's certainly going to help, but the Rise comes over, and Calix is making their life so hard. Closer here as well, trying to take out Gideon. Will do that, but only that, as Palu is going to fall, and hype is too low. Has to flash the wall. Maybe he sniffs this one out, as he is not going to dash on in. Does dash away now with the flash, but with Pillar up, might be enough, but the heal comes in. Lehens is here right on time, gets the stun. Is going to have Kingen fall, but the rest of the squad is coming on up, and it will end up being a 2-for-1 here for Nongshim, just on the
cross map.
Yeah, cross map. Oof. Everyone loves a cross map. And how long will this last is the question against 4 people. As Pillar comes down, Lehens still surviving, but eventually does go down in trade of the Rift Herald, it looks like.
Calix has Realm Ward, but he's going to get collapsed on before he can try to save Gideon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is going to die for this turret as well.
Just a bit here into Lehens with the TP coming up from Closer, who is 3-0, so that's going to be a 4th one for our Aurora player for the side of Bro. And now looking for a Pillar, but I think just a little bit too far away. They are onto the turret, and they're going to dive it, as now we have TP coming in. And the Rise is, in fact, going to be shut down. Krauko pretty tanky, but eventually I think he just goes down after the dive. Ends up being a trade and another kill here for Kingen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a trade up for Bro, but it's something. And, I mean, they strike back.
This Rise is going deep, and Calix in a bit of trouble, but is going to flash away. Nice interrupt on the engage from Lehens, but those wallets looking pretty good. And Closer, the one-fed guy, he is going to pick up his 5th kill in the fight. Takes out Gideon. Unbreakable will right now. They're looking for the pick on the Krauko. He's in a lot of trouble. Does get the subjugation now, but he's still going to die. And the turn is immaculate here from the side of Nongshim. Jiu is going to be safe. Closer does go golden, and he's going to be safe for the wall himself, but the rest of the team, not so much. Morgan barely gets away, but Calix is going to take him down, and I think that is the final nail in the coffin for that fight. Double kill comes through.
For an in
Yeah, he's just trying to bait this one. Paulo taking an immense amount of damage. King getting into that backline. A little bit half-hearted of an engage here from Nongshim, but it just doesn't matter as in goes Lahens. Gonna open this one up. The double root comes down, one of them going into Zonya's. As closer Roots himself goes into the base. This game is over by a very big long shot here. 12,000 gold the difference. 31 minutes is the game timer. And that'll be Nongshim up 2-0.
2-0 lead. The first time they've won 2 games in a row in a very long time. The first time they've won 2 games in a...
As it is getting pretty low, and it will go the way of Kroko, but in goes Gideon. Palu is over here, and you're up against an Olaf. And now over the wall he comes to flash away, but Gideon in a lot of trouble. First blood goes over to Kroko, and now Lahens baited into it. And he's going to go down as well. Even burns his flash as Jiwoo also baited into it. Has to flash over the wall himself. Straight onto a trap goes Hype, but the damage isn't there. It's 3 kills for Bro.
Paulo hits 6 though. He's looking for an angle.
Yeah, he definitely wants this Ari, as there it is. The follow-up CC comes through, and Bro are going to shut down Calyx before he gets to use anything.
Yeah, no flash, no ult out of Calyx. Just ends up getting caught there. Down he goes, and Bro just say, that's my dragon.
Trying to hope for someone to face check here, I guess, but they will be very cautious about how they do that. Bit of damage will go through on Apollo, though, and he's just going to get headshot down. Speaking of Olaf, here he is, and he's going to be running straight on in. Nowhere for Lahens to go, nowhere to repel to. Nice charm does come down.
He is also the target.
Okay, nice spell shield on the charm, and he's going way deep for that kill. And there you go, Kingen comes in from, but it is going to be smited down by Gideon. In he goes, the Olaf incredibly low already. His life stealing up quite a bit, gets the headshot, or rather the ace in the hole blocked. As now Palu wants the angle. Will he find it? He doesn't have his flash as the knockup does come in, and the follow-up is there. Kingen very tanky. He's not going to land a knockup, but does go into zombie Sia mode. Now they're looking to turn this one around. Closer avoids the trap. The stun comes through on a Kingen.
If only he could have continued the fight, maybe we get some Blackfire Torch value. Is Lahens, where are you going?
To the death chamber. Also, he was going to ward and didn't respect.
Yeah.
Spell shield away as Kingen's like, uh-oh, I'm in a bit of trouble. He is tanky, flashes straight onto it as he is going to get knocked back in.
And
he's going down.
Just like that.
There is...
or what's left of it.
An Olaf in the brush, plus Palu, who just TP'd in. Nice charm to try to buy some time, but Calyx, he's only got flash and he's not going to use it. There's no reason to. He knows he's dead. Trying to greed around the turret, he does get punished.
I mean, some of these moments for Nongshim I can totally accept. Wants to try to defend the turret there, thinks maybe his teammates can rotate over, but they're not in a position to do so. As Gideon...
he's going to find some friends, and he does not have his ult. He is going to get blown up.
They were just over there, and they still are, and you don't have a support. So they're certainly annoying Bro a little bit here.
Yeah, they definitely are. Nice flank here from the side of Palu. Nice flash to the disengaged cone, and this Olaf is gigantic, but the damage is coming in. Redemption saves his life. Jiu just a little bit too low, doesn't quite have the damage, gets 1 kill, but only the 1. And that is going to be the end of that team fight as Lahens desperately trying to join it from the left side. Do they kill Kingen is the only question. The answer looks like very much yes. And Bro running away with this game.
They get the punishment.
All right, well, they're looking for that pick. Gideon's going to go in. He's got his ult this time. Everybody just jumps in the middle of it and absolutely erases him. And Calyx trying to get it started here. Bit of damage in a Kroko as he almost goes down. Spirit Rush over the wall, and there's the engage from the rest of the team. Calyx able to get away, but the rest of his team is not, as Bro are absolutely slaughtering them this time.
All you got to do is group, and you win every fight.
And there you go. Just going to go straight on into the base. We got a Talia wall coming down too. Gio, there's just no hope for him as he is very sad. Closer going to take a bunch of turret shots, but it just doesn't matter. The wallets are really just that heavy. They can do whatever they want, and whatever they want to do is to take down these 2 inhibitors and maybe just the game right here.
It's what you can do to deal with side lane pressure or some backdooring. You don't have to go back to defend that. You just go straight to the heart. Look for the kills.
Yeah, Calyx. Not sure if he was trying to do extra damage or clear the wave. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. He's going to go in. They actually do get the kill and then immediately die. We are going to have a game number 4 as Bro are not done yet. And they will take down game 3.
Bro, not going down without a fight. A lot of errors in this game for Nongshim. Give Bro the opportunity to take a lead they had.
I think you're on the money there with that one, Wolf, as well. He's going to go in as the first blood will go to the Jax, though, as in comes Lehens trying to help. We're not done. Okay. In goes Lehens. That shock blast actually going to hit. There's the knock up into the hook. The small silence, and in goes the Nocturne, and the pick potential of this comp.
There you go!
There. Full as 3-on-1, not gonna be good, but he does buy a lot of time. In comes Palu, trying to secure the situation. The Ziggs bomb over the top, and it's actually Nongshim running away. Kingen isolated on the top side. It's 1v3, he's gonna go unbound, but he's stunned under the turret, and the damage onto a stunned target from a Ziggs is going to be incredible. Here comes Gideon, but it's just satcheled down, as they didn't expect the Ziggs to satchel the turret, but now the hook comes in, and actually it's the Maokai who goes down, Krako, and a very strange kind of secure there on the turret.
Yeah, I just wanted to...
TB flank is good. The hook here onto Krako is not going to be great. He gets low, but that's not the best target. In goes Gideon. He's all alone in that backline. He's still doing quite a number, but I think eventually he just dies, though he will take out Hype with them, and takes a while to go down. As meanwhile, they were able to take down the Ziggs, and it's just a 1-for-1.
All right, bud.
A little 1-for-1.
Herald is up. Alex wants more than Herald.
Palu gonna be caught out, but celestially opposed, but not to the shock blast. But no, they won't. They're continuing to go on this fight, as now Lehens is going to be isolated.
Gideon picks it up.
Does flash away. Yeah, Gideon just kind of swoops in, gets it at the very last moment. He's very healthy here, as the max range hook is gonna come in from Lehens.
Where's the damage?
Morgan, so low, just walks it off.
I mean...
Uh-oh. Just trying to clear some vision, and there you go. The tempo vibes coming on in, and Lehens is able to get yet another one, and everybody's joining in here. He can't avoid everything. I'm running away.
It's a huge ult.
Everybody gonna get caught up by that. Actually, every single person getting in on the King and gonna zone him a little bit, but now the paranoia's up, and they might just be able to burst this one. Calyx not able to do it. It goes over to the mouth guy. Krako with the good smite. And now the damage is coming in. Super low health bars here on the side of Nongshim. And the Tristana and Ziggs are getting massive value alongside of Morgan on this Jax. Just hopping on everyone.
It's a match made in heaven.
It's beautiful. We used to see it all the time. And look at this with the Maokai setup as well. And the boom boom damage over the top from Hype is disgusting. That's going to be 3 kills just like that. Bro are running the Rift now. Morgan is on the flank. He's pretty far ahead, but guess who's very far ahead of his team? It's Jew. He's going to be isolated, taken out. So is Lehens. And just like that, I mean, all you got to do is press 1R button on Maokai and you're winning.
This is when the dread.
Maybe the comp looks better in Game 5. We'll have to wait and see. Well, this is one way to get the Tristana. Will it matter, though? I'm not sure. The wallets are pretty heavy here on the side of Bro. And in fact, they are just able to play front to back. Morgan, they have so many other carries. And they'll get the job done for sure. Calyx gonna go down, and so will the Nexus. As Morgan, all he's got to do is ignore the Victor. Instead, he's gonna look for the kill onto the Victor. Takes it down, 8-1 and 8 on the Jax. And Bro stomped Nongshim in Game 4.
And Pony and Atlas, there were 2.
All right, let's see how this one is going to look. There's the stun onto the Zeri, who is moving. The Dazzle comes out, and now Palu's in a bit of trouble, but it's still first blood over to the Silas.
Here.
Here comes Gideon. He ran all the way from the top river, and he is here just on time to help secure this kill. Gideon going to pick it up, as they're going to try to give this kill over to Gideon, probably. There you go. Gideon takes it down. Meanwhile, the dive down here, but they've got a Galio on their team, and Krako's in a lot of trouble. Taunt is there, and Gio picks up the kill.
And Gio able to utilize the turret again for the slide.
To look easy.
Well, it's going from bad to worse here for the Bros in this one. As Krako also now going to come up here and try to hold this turret. Gets the Vial. And we'll, I guess, clear the wave. Not before plate goes down. As, I mean, Gio, he has ult. Like, this is really, really scary. If you get all in this situation, lose a lot of your health, get pushed out of lane, it says free reign on the map.
All right, trying to collapse here. We got Vialt available, but there's no damage at the moment. Trying to stop this, but now even the Taric ult is going to come down, and they're invulnerable for just a little bit of time. No stun on Apollo. Kingen gets in from behind. We got another TP coming in from the Galio. And down will go Palu first. As in it is Calix. He's looking to take down Kroko. The Jin positioning very safe for the front line. It's just not there. And they just tank it all up. Morgan not going to be able to do anything. Just has to run away. Taking a bunch of damage. That's not the target you want to go for. Nice exhaust, though, as Devi is in that back line. The smite down, and now we got Kingen about to hit Meganar. Kroko trying to be real in this game. But as we can tell, he is not at this point in time. As the Wallop comes down, the Dazzle, just the everything thrown into him, and Kingen doesn't even have to gnar.
A little bit of cooking in it. Well, not that much, as here's
All right, we're going in. There's just no hope for Hype. He has to run away. Paulo is just free food. As the wallets are gigantic, they're just going to use this to crash into mid.
I mean, I'm saying a lot of ifs and conditionals, but if you're a Bro fan hoping for a miracle here, I think it probably has to start with a big stall and time buy.
Yep, in goes 2. It's like, yeah, might as well. Here comes the turn, though. Baited on in, but now we got the redemption, we got the kill, we got the Taric ultimate. He is invulnerable, and he just flashes away. Rest of the team comes in, and the Vi goes extremely deep. Gideon looking to keep Hype around. He doesn't have his flash, and the ult gets dodged as well, at least by Gideon. Going back in now as everybody, but he just flashes out when it mattered most, as in they go once again. The Vi and the Taric, very nice. Synergy does come in, and Closer doesn't even get a chance to play the game. When you got wallets this large, you just don't really take damage. And in goes Kingen. He's looking for that extra kill. The boomerang not quite going to do it. Kroko trying to stun his ally. It's not quite going to work.
Get that Jin! Oh.
Oh, wrong team.
I mean, Closer just, he doesn't have budget for any more defensive items, man. He doesn't have a Zonias, he's just dead. Kroko's got a gnar here for some delay, excuse me, as he's gonna look for it.
All right, they're gonna look for it. They're gonna trying to clear out that wave. We got another wave coming in, but I think for Nongshim, you're up 12,000, but they still want to play it safe. they don't want to pull a DNF. As they say that, though, they just go right back in, and they get another kill.
All right, there's a bit of a Cassante flank here for Morgan. Kingen is probably dead.
All right, Kingen going in. He's not quite going to land it. Meanwhile, the front line will just be the sacrifice, it looks like, as Lahen's actually going to be able to flash out. And he's just going to end up joining the rest of the team. Has an angle. They're going to try to turn onto the Galio and not even look for the Baron. Calix gets the taunt. They can't even take him down. They're not even going to get the Galio. And that's going to be the end of this game, guys. 15K the difference. And Nongshim will be moving up to the winner's bracket here at Play-Ins. Bro, they're on their last legs, starting from after this Nexus explodes. It just wasn't meant to be. 22-2 in the kills. Nongshim were just the better team tonight.
Nongshim were the better team tonight. They get it done in 5. A messy series, to be sure. But ultimately, it is they who prevail. The Zeri composition comes online, and then that final...